Get a gator that will get you where you need to go. Something you can get in and go with plenty of space. Be ready to tackle any terrain, large or small. When you choose Reynolds, you choose reliability. The guaranteed great customer experience and relationship from the moment you walk in. Come in and see for yourself or visit reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
During Army basic training, I found out I had 7 herniated discs. Prescription pain medication led me to a heroin addiction. I entered Wheeler's program and learned life on God's terms.
After meeting Greg, I was so impressed, I hired him. When you change that one life, it makes it all worthwhile.
Now, I have a family, house, and a job that I love. At Wheeler, you can have something everlasting.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirit, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
At first, me and my mom were struggling. I was trying to pay the bills and trying to take care of my mom at the same time. When I first heard that I can get paid for taking care of my mom, I was kind of skeptical because I had been doing it for so many years without pay. That's when I reached out to Passion to Care. I read all the reviews and I saw that they were #1 in the field. Passion to Care has really, really changed my life. Right now, I take care of my mom 24/7 thanks to Passion to Care.
You want a piece of equipment you can trust, one that's easy to use. No matter the size of the job, you want to create a feeling worthwhile, something you can use for every job. For over 60 years, Reynolds has been a community staple, ensuring our customers powerful implements and top quality care and service. You need something that's in it for the long haul. Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer, today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Just working with our company, you're going to get to work with a lot of bright individuals.
Everyone is open and ready to help you, and definitely big on advocating for making sure that you succeed and reach your potential.
Everyone's goal is the same, to make the best products that we can for our clients and make sure that it is everything and more that it could be.
What's kept me here? Our culture. We're genuinely a very great group of people. Everyone's just always willing to lend a hand.
When I have a suggestion or a concern and I voice it, leadership actually hears me.
As a consultancy, every person has a role and has something to bring to the table. There's just a lot of opportunities here if you're up for the challenge.
Jump on board, be part of the fun ride, because we're going places.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there is just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need, we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Oh, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
Hello and welcome to Game Day. My name is Keith Myers. I'm the Vice President of IndianaSRN. We're glad that you joined us today. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN, which means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Hey, Indiana. Let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
And then And good evening, everyone. Welcome to Providence Cristo Rey High School. Tonight, it's the Wolves of Providence Cristo Rey coming in at 2-3. They'll take on the Lions of Kipp Legacy, 0-2 on the season. Great to have you with us for high school volleyball action, and we're ready to go for another exciting night, and we're ready for this one. Two teams, at least one team we know a little bit about, and that is a team we have seen before in Providence Cristo Rey. And Hannah, we don't know much about Kipp Indy Legacy. We're going to get a look at them very early in this one, and it's always tough coming in here not knowing much about a team like Kipp Legacy. They've only played 2 matches, and I think that might be a little bit of a concern just from an experience standpoint.
For sure. You know, when you don't have a ton of matches under your belt, it can be a difficult thing to figure out your team dynamic compared to a team who maybe has 10 matches under their belt. Yeah. For a team that has 10, they've experienced those things. They know what it's like in those tough losses, in tough matches, and tight situations. So it'll be interesting to see how Kipp Legacy responds to pressure, responds in those tight situations, and just how they play as a team. Only one senior, too, so when you think that you have little playing experience and then you turn it around, you only have one senior, now the youth also steps up. Yes, youth is always a big thing. Even in Division I volleyball, you see youth affect a team. They don't know how to respond in super tight pressure situations. You saw it with Nebraska against Texas last year in the NCAA final. They got swept 0-3, hadn't lost a match all season long. They get to the championship game and they lose. And it was clearly they lost the match, Texas didn't win it. So it'll be interesting to see how that youth does play a factor tonight. And this will be a team, we're going to talk about Providence Cristo Rey in a moment, but this still a Kipp Indy Legacy team that doesn't have a lot of size either. We were watching them warm up a couple of moments ago, so they're going to have to find a way to play this game, not so much at the net, but what they do behind the net. For sure, and net play is always a huge factor, but if you can't have that net play due to size and due to just the nature of how tall you are, defense is then where you need to step up. Defense can make or break you in tough situations, and defense is the key to all success in volleyball. And when that comes down to it then for Kipp Legacy, they're really going to have to cut back on mistakes too. Absolutely. Service errors, limiting free balls, making sure they're communicating, because there's nothing worse than getting into a long rally and just letting a ball drop in between two players due to miscommunication. All right, when we come back, we'll talk about Providence Cristo Rey coming up next right here on IndianaSRN.
To you. Standing with us, you are truly making a difference in the lives of our neighbors in need.
Back once again here at Providence Cristo Rey, and you're talking about a Wolves team we saw earlier this year, and the one thing, they come in at 2-3 on the season, but the one thing you kind of notice about them is that we see them as a team that is young again. They don't have a whole lot of upperclassmen. In fact, my roster says only 2 seniors, and so they got to find a way to use that experience with the 2 seniors and win here tonight. And they're a team, too, that if they make mistakes, they have a tendency to watch them magnified. Yes, I think for Providence, again, limiting those errors and relying on those seniors who have that experience, who have been in moments where the pressure can get to be a lot, and they're the ones who step up and lead the team to have their composure, to maintain their game. You know, for Providence, I think Matthew Condon,
Condon has done a great job of coaching this team. I was very, very impressed with him and just how enthusiastic he was last time we covered Providence. His ability to just fire his team up, and you can just tell he wants his team to succeed, which is amazing.
Now, when we go back to the last game we had, and we watched them inconsistently, though, and that's back to that youth, that the consistency wasn't there the way that Coach Condon wants that to happen. Now, tonight he might be able to turn that around a little bit. He's got some timeouts to use. How early do you use them if you end up falling behind a little bit early? And are you want to use them as quickly as possible?
You do, and then there's also an aspect of making sure you're not taking one too early.
Right.
It's a hard thing to kind of get down of when do I call a timeout, when do I let my team play through it. So it'll be interesting to see how he kind of uses that and just feels out his team and how they're doing to determine whether or not they do or may not need a timeout. But for Providence, a big thing that they worked on last match that I'll be interested to see how it's improved is their communication on defense. I remember coach for Providence talking about how they want to have really good communication and know their positioning, know when it's their ball versus their opponent's ball.
Right.
And that is something that is so, so difficult to get the hang of in volleyball, of knowing, yes, this might technically be my ball, but my teammate might have a better angle to make a better pass. And that chemistry comes with time and it comes with experience. And it's a very, very hard thing to instill in young players.
Yeah.
But I think if anybody can do it, Matthew Condon can do it. So.
And here's one other aspect about tonight's matchup, and this goes for the rest of the season. The tournament draw is coming up on Sunday, I do believe. So we will know where these teams are going to go in the tournament, and you're that time of year where you got to really clean up mistakes.
Absolutely. Mistakes can make or break a team, especially when you're this close to draws and to sectionals and regionals and all that. This is the time you want to be playing your best volleyball and heading up that mountain. It's not the time where you want to see mistakes and you're still trying to figure out your team dynamic, your offense, your defense, all that stuff. You want to have that set and be fine-tuning everything at this point.
And I would imagine, too, if there are some things that aren't working, you may have to simplify it a little bit more, maybe not use as much in your offense as you normally would and kind of cut it down a little bit.
Absolutely. And that comes too with knowing your team. And sometimes simplicity is the best thing.
Yeah.
Like for example, a 6-2. You have two setters, six hitters, but you can also reverse that to a 4-2, so 4 hitters, 2 setters.
Right.
And the ability to get the ball to a setter in a 4-2 is a lot easier than a 6-2. And even though that's a very simple offense, that may be what is best for your team. So.
All right, and by the way, the Z ratings did not come out today. We're hoping maybe they'll come out tonight into tomorrow. We'll have those on IndianaSRN on our sports page as well. All right, stay right there. We'll come back, get this one underway. It's Kipp, Indy Legacy, and Providence Cristo Rey. All the action right here on IndianaSRN.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, videos,
Housing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Well, Nick. Back here at Providence Cristo Rey. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Reynolds Farm Equipment. Reynolds Farm Equipment is the leading equipment dealer and has been since 1955. Passion to Care, delivering care with more than 24 years of experience. Boilermaker Local 374. They represent highly skilled, highly motivated workers in field construction and metal fabrication in the state of Indiana. Wheeler Mission. For over 131 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community. Burtner Electric, your trusted electrician partner since 1986. The Morales Group, we're in business to create a better future for you and your family. McGinley Wrights Financial, inspiring people to repeatedly take action on their financial goals. Indiana Labor's District Council, the 12,000 Hoosier men and women with Labor's District Council and affiliated local unions that build Indiana. We are LIUNA. And the IndianaSRN sports page. Follow the sports page every day with updated news from coast to coast. Just go to IndianaSRN.org and click on the tab. All right, time for Hannah to give us the keys to tonight's matchup. Let's start with Kipp Legacy. We mentioned their youth. We mentioned the inexperience on the court. What do they got to do to pull out a win tonight?
For Kipp, I would say starting aggressive, which starts on the service line, making sure you're creating pressure with the serve goes so far. No matter at what level, making sure that serve is creating pressure and creating chaos for their team is going to be huge. I think team chemistry, making sure that they are playing together, and when they're down, making sure they're supporting each other and not letting those errors dictate how they're presenting themselves to their teammates.
All right, on the other side, when you talk about the Wolves, you talked about them a little bit earlier, a little bit about what they got to do tonight to get a win.
For the Wolves, just making sure that they're doing what their coach wants them to, which is talking on defense, making sure that they're playing aware and also creating pressure with their serve. Serve is one of the most important things in the game is serve and pass, making sure your serving and your passing is the top notch that your game can be at.
So it will be the serve by Providence Cristo Rey, and they'll open up with an ace on this one and an early 1-0 lead. Tonight's game is a copyright production of IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association. Any use of audio or video without the express written permission of IndianaSRN and the IHSAA is strictly prohibited. The overpass, and that's going to go wide, and a receiving and attack error there on Kipp Legacy, and they're down 2-0.
Yeah, this is exactly what you want. If you're Providence, an early run, making sure your serve is creating pressure, which it already is for Kipp.
So let's see how about this one right in the middle. We talk about that being the campfire,
Yes.
and they hit it right perfectly.
Even on a serve, campfire is wide open. It's the place in the court that nobody stands, and you don't create a defender specifically for that area.
By the way, we mentioned these two teams did play earlier this year in a tournament, and it was Providence Cristo Rey winning that one 2-0. It'll be a free ball here for Providence, and that'll be an attack air into the net. Point will go to Kipp Legacy.
One thing I want to point out there, though, Providence did a great job. They identified that there was a free ball coming, and they transitioned off the net. That is huge if you are Providence. Credit coach for getting them ready for that.
This will be Kazaria Harris, who will be serving now for Kipp Legacy. This will be the first time that Providence tonight has been on the receiving end, and they misplay that one, so that'll be an attack error, and it's all of a sudden 3-2.
Yeah, good serve there. She created chaos. Exactly what you need to do with your serve.
Side out once again for Kipp Legacy, -1 here in the first set. Don't forget at some point tonight, as that'll be a short serve and a free ball here for Kipp Legacy. They misplay that one. We always have a segment that is called, what is it called, Hannah? The segment with you?
Keys to the game?
No, come
Oh, gosh,
on.
I don't remember.
Secrets?
Secrets. Oh, no.
A service error. That'll be number 1 tonight on Providence Cristo Rey. I can't believe. I know we are going to pace ourselves, but we even have a special graphic for you, and you forgot it already.
I did. It just was that traumatic.
I know it was. 5-2, Providence with the lead. Kipp Legacy, see if they can get a attack here. Ball played at the net, and the point will go to Kipp Legacy.
I like what they're trying to do there, though. Catch Kipp off their toes by just dumping over the second ball. I like that.
Side out for Kipp Legacy. Quick return. Let's see what Providence will do with this one. They went back to the outside and a quick return again, and they get the point. Somehow they got the point on that one.
Yes, you can just see kind of like a little bit of ping pong ball back and forth. And when that happens, it's hard, especially for a team like Providence, who is wanting to run that traditional defense, because you get caught in that transition, which can then create you to misplay easy points.
Well, another ball hit long by Providence, and how about Kipp Legacy? An early 2-point lead here in this first set. PCR back on the attack, and they are right now kind of their own worst enemy, aren't they?
Yes, and attack errors and unforced errors are what's getting Providence down in this set early.
Another good serve, this time the first real deep one we have seen by Kipp Legacy here tonight. Now that happened right there because you had the two players looking at each other, and we talked about the miscommunication.
Yes, for sure. Miscommunication is always a big factor in games.
Wouldn't it be a little bit better, I guess, from a standpoint, I'm just going to go get it, right?
Yes, and usually you want that one player that's going to step up and just be like, I'm taking this ball.
The overpass here and the return. Kipp Legacy. And there it is again. So you have the two players kind of look at each other like who's going to go get it.
Yeah, and that's hard, especially in a young team where you're still figuring out the dynamic of, is this ball better if I take it? Is it better if I let my teammate take it based on where the ball is and where the trajectory is at?
So a 7-6 score here in the first set. Providence Cristo Rey back on the attack once again from behind the attack line. And another return. This will be a free ball here for the Wolves. Can they get a point out of this one? And that's going to be hit wide.
Good awareness there. Mary Steen, good job by her. She realized that ball was going out, followed it all the way to the line, watched it go out. Good job by her.
Genesis Morales-Perez on the serve once again. And is it going to be returned? It is. Nice job by Kipp Legacy. And a lift on this one.
That's tough. It looks like it went outside the antenna there. I like the aggression, though, from Providence, wanting to get that swing at the ball. Just went a little bit too much down the line and caught that antenna.
So 8-7 Kipp Legacy. It is senior night tonight for Providence Cristo Rey. You saw the seniors being honored before we started the match. And how about that one? Deep on the back line. Aliana Garrett was there, but that's always a judgment call that you're hoping maybe your teammates will help you out a little bit.
Yes, there it is again, just a free ball, well placed. That back line is always a hard spot, especially in young teams where you're still figuring out that dynamic. It's a hard communication spot to figure out.
All right, side out, Providence Cristo Rey. There was just a brief stop of action.
Potentially like a lineup check or just a substitution.
Tied at 8. Providence Cristo Rey got off to a hot start. Since then, Kipp Legacy has been hanging in there. In fact, they've made less mistakes over the last few plays, but that was one again. They got to be able to at least make a return, right?
Yes, always giving your opponent a chance to make the mistake is something I will always be a fan of.
Yeah, me too. Camelia Torres, a senior, one of the 2 seniors on this team. And that'll be out. That'll be their second service error. And back over now to Kipp Legacy.
It'll be interesting to see how service errors play a role in this match. There's already been quite a few early on. It'll be interesting to see how those play out and how they become a factor.
You know, I'll be curious how Kipp Legacy, with only this being their 3rd match of the season, how they will respond when the tournament comes up, as that's going to be a receiving error. How they'll respond in the tournament, because they're going to play some teams that have played 25, 27, 30 matches.
Mm-hmm. It'll be very interesting, and it just how their team chemistry is going to be the biggest thing I'll be interested to see is how are they responding when they're down? Are they coming together after every point, no matter what, no matter if it was lost or if it was won? Those are the types of things I look for in those youthful teams. Are we creating the team chemistry we need that can blossom a young team?
Right, no doubt about it. By the way, that is Jessica Martinez on the serve, and that'll be a 3rd service error now for Providence Cristo Rey. Mm-hmm. So far, Kipp Legacy, from a serving standpoint, has done pretty well tonight. No service errors to this stage. This will be Kimberly Solano. And Kipp has a 1-point lead. And there's another one. How about that? You hit it deep, and that's 2 in a row they've had there.
And if it's working for you, don't worry about it. Just keep going to it. I'd love to see Mary Steen get up and swing on that ball. You could see her just be a little bit hesitant of worrying about making an error. I'd love to see her just go up and hit that ball.
By the way, I was going to mention a little bit about Kipp, and that'll be the 4th service error on Providence, is when you see that happen on that back road, you want somebody maybe just to take a step or 2 back and get a little closer there to the end line?
Typically, yes, and it depends on the type of defense you run. There's different types of defenses that determine where your players stay. And from the looks of it, it looks like Kipp is doing a very just like a simplistic defense that's usually run with teams that are still kind of starting out with volleyball. So you can see their middle back is kind of pinched up to where that donut spot is, but then leaves that really back deep corner open, which is where you'd want your 2 wing defenders to take it.
By the way, Kennedy Cooper is serving now for Kipp Legacy, and that's 3 now.
Yes.
We better hurry up and go down there and tell them, huh?
Yes, so for Kipp, if that's a spot that has been getting targeted, I would go ahead and move that middle back defender that you can see is standing on the 3-point line, just back a few steps. It's been working for Providence. Just moving her back slightly would most likely give Kipp more offense.
A couple of changes now for Providence Cristo Rey as they are down by 1 here in the second set. See if Providence can go on a little bit of a run. We haven't seen either team yet go on any big 5, 6, 7, 8-point runs yet. And that's going to be outside the antenna. The set itself was way too far to the right, so
Correct.
You can see how that happened.
Yes, and it's a very hard ball to track when you're having to backpedal to get to a ball. And then adding the hand contact and the correct movements to it, it creates a very hard situation.
See if Kipp Legacy can do something with this one. They got that ball across the net. Unfortunately, ended up with a
in the net.
Yeah, net violation on Miana Rollins. Now Providence takes a 1-point lead. You kind of have a feeling at this stage, if Providence can get a run going here, they might seal this first set up, but they just have been playing kind of inconsistent.
I would agree, and I think part of that is their serves. They've gone on a few runs, then they'll get a service error, which then kind of kills the momentum sometimes.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Kipp will make the return. Now, one other observation about Kipp Legacy that I've noticed so far, and that's going to be misplayed, is the one thing that they're allowing the ball just to go after one hit right back over.
Yes.
You got to possess and try to do
Correct.
something with
and
it.
that comes with that youthfulness of that awareness. Sometimes the ball comes to you and you get really excited. Right here, you can see them set it up so well. Mary Steen heard me. She heard me here that I wanted her to swing on the ball, and she did just that.
2-point lead. Let's see what Kipp Legacy can do here. They give it back immediately, and let's see if Providence Cristo Rey will give it up. So a free ball and the point, though.
Mm-hmm. But back to what you were saying about that, like, kind of ping pong that kind of happens sometimes. It's hard when you have a young team that doesn't have a ton of experience and maybe newer to volleyball, because you get a ball coming to you and your first instinct is to send it over the net,
right,
rather than being like, okay, I'm going to trust my setter, I'm going to trust my hitter. It becomes a big game of trust that can be hard to create in youthful teams that maybe don't have a ton of experience playing volleyball.
You know, I see that a lot in soccer too, where it's just ends up being a kicking match instead of possessing and passing and such.
Correct.
And so that's kind of what you're saying here.
Yes, exactly that.
It is a 4-point lead, biggest lead we've had in quite some time, and a misplay at the net by Kipp Legacy as Garrett can't get it across. And now it's up to 5. We just said this a little bit ago. This might be the run that could win him the first set.
It could be, and I think it will be determined by the serve. If Providence can continue to keep possession of the serve, I think we will potentially see them go on that extended run.
Receiving air there. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Reynolds Farm Equipment, the leading equipment dealer serving farmers, homeowners, landscapers, and commercial contractors in Indiana. Nothing runs like a deer. Give them a call at 317-849-0810. 1913 Providence Cristo Rey.
We're not here to just sell you another piece of software and then move on. We're here to manage that whole life cycle of not only helping you procure the licensing, but then how do you manage and monitor those licenses over time.
Collaboration is very key when working with our clients. We are very much a partnering organization, so we definitely work as a team from a sales, marketing, and delivery organization, along with our partner ecosystem to help deliver best-of-breed solutions for our partners and customers.
Partners that sell IBM licensing a lot of times are very transactional oriented, and we're here to build relationships with customers, which I think is unique.
Back once again here at Providence Cristo Rey after the timeout. Let's see how Kipp Legacy will handle this one. The 6-point lead, the biggest of the night here in the first set for Providence. And they'll get a free ball opportunity right here. Good rally going, and the two players come together. Unfortunately, this time for Kipp, they were able to get it across. They've had 2 or 3 miscommunications that cost them a point. Quick left-hand push, and that's going to be right on the line and the point. Now, wait a minute. The judge down there said it was in.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, I watched her put her flag down as if it hit the line, but apparently she got overridden by the official on the floor. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Morales Group. They're in business to create a better future for you, your family, and for the community we share. They can match you with the right career or hire the right candidate for your company. Give them a call at 317-472-7600. And a misplay at the net there by Kipp Legacy. Garrett unable to make it across, and we're now in the
red zone.
Exactly. Side out here for Mary Singh. Providence wins tonight. That'll be their 5th service error. If they win tonight, they'll improve the record to 500.
Well, good for them.
Garrett will serve now, down by 5. See if Providence can close it out here. That's hit way deep.
Good job, though, by Kipp. They followed it all the way to the line that time. They knew they had gotten beat there a few times. Good adjustment by them.
So now only down by 4. Providence to the outside. That back line and that back row is causing them some issues.
Yes, it is. Oh, is she okay? Yes. Sorry,
Yeah,
I thought somebody might have gotten hurt there.
They were doing one of those celebration things that
were they?
volleyball players do.
Were they? I think they hit the floor, right?
Well, they all went down.
I love it.
You were talking about Yelton was the one I thought she got down. She was a little pulled a hammy. 21-16 your score. See, again, just no passing so far for Kipp Legacy. They're content of just putting it back to the other side. But that comes back again. You're going to have to learn how to play this game the right way if you're going to win, right?
Correct.
Short pass into the net. Point will go to Providence Cristo Ray.
And no, with that though, sometimes when you have a team who is playing traditional defense and traditional the way of pass set hit, it can be hard when a team is just sending over a free ball consistently and just not really setting up their offense, because then it just kind of becomes a game of guessing of when are they going to send the ball over? Is it going to come over now? Are they going to actually set it up? And then it can be hard to run transition plays and get yourself transitioned off of the net.
Point for Kipp Legacy. Rollins gets the serve now. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Boilermaker Local 374. They represent highly skilled, highly motivated workers in field construction and metal fabrication in the state of Indiana. When you need a safe, dependable workforce for a new build, an upgrade, or facility maintenance, you can count on Boilermaker Local 374 to do the job right the first time. Back to a 5-point lead. Missed play up front. 2 players again close to that one. That's been kind of the name of the game on several possessions so far for Kipp Legacy.
Yes, and I would rather have 2 players go for it and miss at the ball than nobody go for it. So a little bit better of an adjustment, although they do have to do a better job of communicating who will take that ball over.
Camelia Torres on the serve. 2 away from opening the 1-0 lead, and that one just clipped the top of the net and the point thanks to Kennedy Cooper.
Yeah, sometimes you just get lucky with that net.
We're going to see Caden Cooper come into the lineup and serve. You get another look at this one. A lot of top spin on it.
Drizzles right over.
That's got to be frustrating on the other side, one of those drops like that. So the lead now at 5. And that'll be a service error the other way. Serving is a lot like bunting in baseball. You got to work on it, don't you?
Yes.
If you want to, you got to do it. It's just got to be done right?
Correct.
Yeah.
And a serve done well can create a lot of pressure and a lot of chaos.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, it was Minnesota just played. Who was the team they played? I'm going to have to think of who they played, but they were aced, I want to say, 17 times.
Wow, no kidding.
17, and they lost the match, but 17 service aces against them.
That's a lot.
It's a lot, and it just tells you how much it can make or break you.
Yeah. We are at set point. Providence trying to win here, and another attack error. Not a good set at all, and it's down to 3.
Yeah, for Providence, just settle down a little bit. Get a good pass up. Don't worry too much. Don't get in that, ping pong play that can be difficult. Great pass there. Let's see what they do with it.
Well, it's going to be a freebie now, and another. We're just going to go back and forth here on the freebies. I don't like to see that. You don't either, because you're giving up too many more possessions.
Agree.
Ball kept alive and returned once again Set to the outside. Providence having a difficult time finishing off Kipp Legacy here in this first set. Better played that time, but Kipp Legacy unfortunately unable to play it at the net, and Providence will win the first set 25-21.
Piece of equipment you can trust, one that's easy to use. No matter the size of the job, you want to create a feeling worthwhile, something you can use for every job. For over 60 years, Reynolds has been a community staple, ensuring our customers powerful implements and top quality care and service. You need something that's in it for the long haul. Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer, today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com. Get a gator that will get you where you need to go. Something you can get in and go with plenty of space. Be ready to tackle any terrain, large or small. When you choose Reynolds, you choose reliability. A guaranteed great customer experience and relationship from the moment you walk in. Come in and see for yourself or visit reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
Looking to elevate your brand? Choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for all your print, signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services. Serving Indianapolis for over 50 years. Dynamark, where strong relationships are built through exceptional service.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Back here at Providence Cristo Rey, 25-21 first set belonging to the Wolves. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Passion to Care, delivering care with more than 24 years of experience. As a prestige healthcare company, Passion to Care is driven by decades of expertise, just like Hannah, and a drive to go above and beyond. Give them a call at 317-537-1811. And also by Piper Logistics. For more than 2 decades, the seasoned professionals at Piper Logistics have consistently been the trusted allies for all your inventory management, warehousing, fulfillment, and transportation needs. They stand as your comprehensive logistics partner. Ride with them. Give them a call at 317-396-1023. Okay, we thought maybe Providence would make that run. They did. They survived Kipp Legacy in the first set. What do you want to see happen in set number 2? Let's start first off with Kipp Legacy.
For Kipp, I think just kind of settling down a little bit. You see them in those long rallies wanting to just kind of send the ball right over the net. I'd love to see them calm down a little bit and just get a pass up rather than over and just see what they can do with it. Yeah. You never know what's going to happen. Try it, and it can get hard to just want to send it over in the heat of the moment because you're like, I don't want to deal with this. And
yeah.
I'd love to see them just kind of settle down. And then for Providence, I'd love to see them limit their service errors.
Yeah.
Serving is a big point in the game that can get you a lot of points or can cost you a lot of points. I'd love to see them just kind of settle down and really get in a groove with their serve.
Well, I tell you what, the overpass cost them that time.
I know. I liked that, though. Great job.
Now, there were 6 service errors by Providence Cristo Rey in that first set. Kipp Legacy had the 1, and so at least from a standpoint, they are getting their serves over. When you see the replay right there, and a nice job there by Yelton at the net.
Senior, good job for her. I love her getting up there and just pounding the ball.
Side out for Providence. This is Litzy Molina. She is a junior.
It's a good serve.
And there's an ace.
Yeah, you can just see it graze right over the net and just die. That's exactly what you want to see from your serve.
You know, we have, by the way, players last week. We won't be going over all of these. I showed these to you the top players. There's another ace, and there's some crazy numbers in high school volleyball some of these players put up last week.
Oh, yeah. No, when I see numbers like 800, hitting 800, it's wild, especially in any match.
How about this one here? Shanice Williams, 51 kills.
That's wild. Wild.
I'm sure it's happened before, but it just doesn't happen all that often.
No, and especially against Cathedral. Cathedral's a good team, so to have that good of a match against Cathedral is saying a lot.
And we have had Mount Vernon this year, Ava Whitmore, 3 wins last week, 40 assists in their win over Westfield. That's big.
Westfield's a good team.
Well, I tell you what, and then that tournament draw comes out, and the misplay there by Kipp. We watched that with great interest because, like football or basketball, some of those teams that are in the top 10 are all in the same sectional, and that's tough.
For sure.
Side out for Mary Singh and an early 4-1 lead. A lot of the players that had great weeks. There's a misplay there on the receiving end. You kind of think we have everything from, of course, Ron Colley, Logan Bell. They're nationally ranked. Got a sweep of Hamilton Southeastern on Tuesday. Yeah. She had 15 kills in that victory.
Yeah, HSC is always a solid team. I want to say off the top of my head, I think they have 2 or 3 players who play on the Boiler Juniors. I think they're now the 17 ones team now. And they have, that team alone has 6 or 7 D1 commits already.
Yeah, it's crazy. 5-1 your lead. Good rally here, and the misplay at the net point will go to Providence. They lead at 6-1. We mentioned the Z ratings. It did not come out today. I think they do come out either later tonight or tomorrow.
Okay.
And we have a match tomorrow. We'll try to update you on those. There's the 7th. Now service aired by Providence Cristo Ray. I don't think anything big's going to change. Of course, Ron Colley will be, right up there after that big one over Hamilton Southeastern.
That's a lot. That's big.
But they're in different classes, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so. Charlotte Dudick also had a great night the other night.
Oh, yeah.
Went off.
Yeah.
16 kills?
Yeah.
You can check out some of her highlights on our Instagram page.
Well, you want to tell people about that. That'll be an air there on Providence Cristo Ray. You take care of the social media on that side,
trying
right?
to.
Yeah, so tell us a
to.
little bit about that.
Yeah, no, just wanting to kind of branch out and get our name out there, trying to kind of post games of the week and what's to be expected for the upcoming matches and maybe rivalries or football games. I think Brownsburg plays who this week in
football? Zionsville.
Yeah. So that should be a good game, and I think there's another really good matchup, a 6A class, I want to say. I saw, I think it was Mount Vernon and somebody else.
Yeah, we have, I think, 3 or 4 games coming up, and we'll
4.
try to check those out. Misplay there by Providence Cristo Ray.
But yes, no, it's been fun to kind of play around with it and get some exposure for IndianaSRN.
You need to send those graphics to me, and I can shoot them out to other people, too.
Perfect, will do.
We need to team up on that.
I love it.
Side out here for Kipp Legacy, -3 here in the second set. There you see at the bottom of your screen our social media pages you can check out. That's going to be hit deep. Well, I'll tell you, here's the thing about Providence as well. We talked about this earlier, is that inconsistent play.
Yes.
And again, I know that comes from youth a little bit, but those are mistakes that you just can't make against really good teams.
Exactly. And against teams that certain teams will take full advantage of your mistakes. You make one and they'll go on a 5-point run. And so against good teams, it's costly to make those silly errors. Great dig there.
Yeah, well, that might be the best dig of the night we have seen, and that's going to be hit backwards, which is not the right direction, but nonetheless, point there for Providence Cristo Ray, and they now lead it by 3.
And it's that senior again, Kaylee Yelton. Great job by her. Picture perfect dig there. You can see her just sprawl out, get her platform right under the ball, and break it up at the last second. That was very well done by her.
Camelia Torres on the serve, +3. There's a good dig right there, and an overpass will cost Providence. Tell me a little bit about when that ball comes back that quickly, and again, we've seen that a lot. You said it earlier about getting one ball quickly back, but you really got to be patient there, don't you?
Absolutely, especially in those really, really high, like rainbow balls, as some people call them. It can be hard to track and watch all the way into your platform. But you want to beat the ball there. You want to make sure you're there and be very technical with it, because the second you're like, oh, this is an easy pass, I can just pass it right to my setter, that's when everything wonky goes on. So. And
a lot of that has to do with footwork, too. I mean, you have to have your footwork down.
Yeah, footwork in volleyball. I never realized how huge it was until I started playing club volleyball, and it was a whole new world of just being able to do certain movements that make you quicker and faster and just more agile.
Day there with Kill at the net on the overpass. Watch this right here.
I love it.
And get it right back. I like how she kind of looks up at the official like, was I okay?
Well, it looked like she might have clipped a little bit at the net there, but looks like she got away with one.
And the ace the other way, back to a 3-point lead. So now to 3 as you see Jessica Martinez, the outside hitter, the junior for the Wolves. See if they're going to go on a run like they did in the last game.
Good serve.
And how about that one return? Back to the outside. Cross-court attack just inside the line and the point.
I'll tell you what.
You like that one?
That was great. I love that. But no, Mary Singh, she does a great job there. She passes up the ball to her sitter. Really nice job of just staying calm, making sure her sitter had a high pass, and she finished that ball very nicely.
You know, I was watching Coach Condon, as that's a misplay on the sideline. He was smiling about that move, too. Maybe that's new to them.
Here it is again. She gets up and just swings all the way through the ball. Great shot.
Now, is the celebration, is it something you stay consistent all year? Do you guys change it once in a while?
You know, I feel like it's something that typically stays the same throughout the season. There seems to be like a batting thing, like they hit a home run and everybody kind of falls over. At least that's what it looked to be. It can change. Mm-hmm. I think typically, though, especially at the high school level, it stays the same throughout most of the season.
You know what would be funny, though, and it almost looked like Coach Condon was a little surprised by it, like he hadn't seen that before.
Well, you know, when you're working on things in practice over and over and you're really drilling home, like, hey, let's get a pass, then a set, and then a kill, and then you see it come to fruition, as a coach, it's such a good feeling.
Yeah.
And I'm sure for him, his team does not get a ton of opportunities to set up their offense like that. And when you see all that practice and all that hard work and dedication that you've been pouring into your team, and to see it come to light has got to be such a good feeling for him.
Well, we have now seen Providence open up an 8-point lead. This is that run we perhaps were expecting they would do. Mm-hmm. They did the same thing in the first set. See if Kipp Legacy can stop the bleeding right here. They cannot. That's misplayed on the sideline, and the lead now to 9. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Dynamark. If you're looking to elevate your brand, make sure you choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for all your print, signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services. They've been serving Indianapolis for over 50 years. Dynamark, where strong relationships are built through exceptional service. If you'd like more information, give them a call at 317-328-2555.
Could see Coach get in on that cheer there just a second ago on the ace from Jessica Martinez.
Now, if he goes out and does that, I'd love to see that.
Oh, that'd be fun.
8th service air now by Providence Cristo Ray. That might be the biggest thing tonight that's maybe a mark that they really need to improve on.
And service airs, I always go back and forth with them, and I think there's a very fine line of having too many and being aggressive with your misses. And it seems that I would say Providence is kind of leaning towards the side of having a little bit too many airs. And I've always said this, I'd much rather have a serve go deep than go into the net.
We have a timeout, I do believe, with a 10-point lead here by Providence after the third service error on Kipp Legacy. Looks like they are not going to call the timeout after all. So we will go ahead and keep it right here. Day will serve now for PCR, and that's going to be their 9th service error.
Yeah, nine service errors is not something you typically want to see from your team.
Harris will serve. Well, now you have, if you're Providence, you got a comfortable lead, but we have seen it before, Hannah, where teams start to relax a little bit, and that'll drive you nuts.
Oh, it drives me insane. Even at the highest levels, you see teams kind of just sit back and go, oh, we got this, and then then you just realize, you've let a team come back 5, 7, 10 points.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you find yourself in a battle that you had a net violation right there against Kipp. You know that you really shouldn't have been in the first place if you just kept the foot on the gas.
Absolutely, and you see that, again, at the highest levels. Yeah. You saw it earlier this year against Nebraska and SMU. SMU, who was unranked at the time, swept Nebraska, who in Nebraska, if you know anything about them, their volleyball team is insane. They have some of the best players in the country, and somehow they were swept very handily by SMU because they just came in comfortable.
And coaches will preach that all the time. Yes. Do not let up, and yet some reason you just mentally doesn't happen, does it?
Yes, but since then, Nebraska has gone on a 6-match win streak or something like that. So
taught a lesson, huh?
Absolutely.
So the point will go to Providence. Cristo Ray. There it is.
I love it.
I can't see around the official, though. Does somebody stand in the middle and they all fall down?
I think so. I think it's like a bat.
That makes sense.
Chuck, I love
our producer, said the person who got the point or whatever, they stand in the middle.
Yeah, seems to be that way.
2010. Ten service errors.
That's
now in Providence. Cristo Ray.
A lot of service errors.
Side out. Now for Kipp Legacy, this would be Jamala Walker, only a sophomore. We are in the
red zone.
Red zone, thank you. By the way, secrets with Hannah coming up in the third set. She doesn't know what's coming this time.
I'm nervous.
Boy, short serve, and it paid off.
And those short serves sometimes are the hardest to receive, especially when you have a group of players exactly like Providence has on their far side of the net. It creates a lot of chaos and a lot of communication that has to happen that can be a reason that you can have errors.
So the lead is at 8. Another short serve just over the top of the net. And that's going to be hit wide. Will they save it? And they will not, but a good effort there by Kipp Legacy. 21-12 now your score here in the second set. Want to remind you tonight's game brought to you in part by Officially Human. Their mission is to restore respect to game officials and recognize them as authorities on the field and the court. Do your part, practice good sportsmanship, because if we don't have officials, we don't play. Basketball season is coming here pretty soon, so when I suit up, be nice to me. Hannah will be the first one in the stands probably yelling at me at one of the games. Would you do that if I were?
Would I ever do
Yes,
that,
you would.
Troy?
I believe you would. 22-12 your score after the misplay there by Kipp Legacy. See if Providence can get the lead to 11. Well, the one thing about it, in what you've noticed on Kipp, is that first hit, if it's off the mark a little bit, they have a tendency to kind of panic a little bit, don't they?
And it's hard, especially when you have a young team and a team who doesn't have as much experience playing and as many years under their belt as some, because all of the errors that we're seeing are fixed with time,
right,
and with practice and with repetition. And so it can be very hard when you have a missed contact or a play like this that you just saw, that with teams who have developed more are aware of what to do, when to do it. And it can be hard for youthful teams to create and figure out that dynamic.
Second set, 25-12. Third set coming up here on IndianaSRN.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there, it's just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family. Come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
Warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Okay, it is time once again for Secrets with Hannah or from Hannah, either one, however you want to word this. And it's a very popular segment that it continues to grow.
Oh, is it?
This week, though.
We love that.
Yes, this week, though, you must give us a secret about Hannah.
Oh, gosh.
That nobody else knows, and you want to share with all of us. Now, you can't say, well, I don't have a secret. There's got to be something that you – and then when they walk up to you, they go, ah.
Oh, gosh.
So what makes us go, ah, about Hannah?
Oh, gosh. Well, the first thing that came to mind, it's not necessarily like a secret.
Sorry, it's got to be a secret.
But it's like a – you probably would – oh, there it is. You probably wouldn't notice it until I pointed it out about myself, but I have toe thumbs.
You have toe thumbs?
I have toe thumbs. So my thumbs are very short and very stubby, and they look like toes.
They do, don't they?
They do.
I never noticed that with your fingernails.
Yeah.
Mine are normal.
See? Yeah.
Chuck, are yours normal?
Here's what's crazy. If I put my knuckles together, one is shorter than the other.
Well, I'll be dipped and rolled. Look at that. Chuck, yours
are
normal, aren't they? Well,
they're normal.
Those.
So, fun fact, my dad has one, and my grandma had 2.
Now, do you have thumb toes? Or if you took your shoes off, do you have thumbs down there?
No. Just on my hands.
All right, so Secrets.
There you go.
By Hannah. There's an ace.
That's a good serve.
I don't think I have ever seen anybody with
toe thumbs.
Yeah. That is amazing. Yeah, take a look, Chuck.
Chuck's standing up.
You should put those on social media.
Should I?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Just put them in the corners of your promos. 1-0 here in the third set. You okay?
I'm good. Getting a little choked up there.
The overpass and it cost him.
And I believe that was Kaylee Yelton again. She's been a dominant force up there.
By the way, we just got word, we were talking off the air that the basketball player Dikembe Mutombo died. Now we just found out Pete Rose died today.
Oh boy.
So all-time hits leader, and so that's big too.
Mm-hmm.
They come in threes. I hope I'm not next. Me being up there with the Oakland A's are dead. They're dead too. So an early start here for Providence, and now they make the mistake, and we will go back over once again to Kipp Legacy. Got to win this one to keep this one going.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, all the news media, I'm sure, will have all that on Pete Rose today and tomorrow. There's an ace. We'll have that on the sports page as well. I had a chance to meet Pete Rose a couple of times.
Did you?
Yeah. Really nice guy. I'm sure he wasn't nice to everybody over the years, but
we all have our moments.
Yeah, it was a part of that Big Red Machine years ago in Cincinnati. Some think that maybe the 1975 team was the greatest team ever to play. So I know they ended up losing to Chuck's Oakland A's that one year before they ended up winning. It was 74, I believe, that they ended up winning and beat the Reds.
There's a good pass.
3-2 Kipp legacy. We doing baseball or volleyball? I guess we better get back to volleyball. Kipp now 4-2 lead.
Yeah, I got to have a pass for Providence. You can just see them maybe getting a little bit comfortable, kind of like we talked about. I'd love to see them just kind of regain some focus here, get a pass, and do what they've been doing all night.
I'm still probably a little shaken by your...
Oh, my gosh, my thumbs.
Your thumbs.
I'm not made fun of, but I get razzed for them occasionally. So
another error there by Providence, and they're down by 3. No. You're probably not alone in that area. I'm sure there's others.
No.
They're not really, by the way, for those that don't know, they're not really toe thumbs. They just look like toes.
They look like toes.
Yeah. See if Kipp cannot make the return. That'll cost him a point. Now, we have seen this movie before where we're close early and then all of a sudden Providence starts to take off.
Yes.
And this will be interesting to see how Kipp handles this. I got to go back to the lack of experience, though. 2 games is awful tough.
Yes.
You're this late in the year, and I'm a little curious why they've only played 2, but to ask this team to come in and play and try to do what they need to do to win. Yeah.
It is a lot to ask for a team, especially a team who's starting out and is still kind of finding themselves and finding how to play the game.
Yeah.
Because as a new player, to get thrown all of these rules and all of the knowledge and the footwork and everything that comes with playing volleyball at a high level, it is extremely hard to master and very, very difficult to become good at.
Timeout on the floor. Kipp has opened up a 4-point lead. At least they were indicating they were going to take a timeout. This might just be a team timeout, huh? We're going to wait and see if they're officially going to do it. While we're waiting on that, we want to remind you we have wall-to-wall sports news every day, high school, college, and pro sports. Check out IndianaSRN.org. Check on the sports page tab. By the way, if we get a chance, we'll have pictures of your thumbs on tomorrow. Stay informed with the IndianaSRN sports page coming up tomorrow morning. We have football polls out. We'll probably have the Z rating out. We have the soccer polls out. Today was the last day for regionals in girls golf. They had 2 more to go because they got rained out, of course. So we'll have next. It'll be semi-state or state. I think they go to state. So we'll have all that tomorrow.
Very cool.
We're starting to wrap up the fall season.
So sad.
Isn't
Volleyball's going to be going away soon.
I know, but we got a little ways to go yet.
We do.
We'll be in Columbus, I do believe, for semi-state again this year. And if I'm not mistaken, Hannah will be there as well, as that's going to be wide, and there's your call. And if things continue to transpire for you the way they have been so far, you probably have a line of people there, and you can just
give them a thumbs up.
Give them a thumbs up or toes up, whatever, you know.
Toes up, that's crazy.
Listen, and I won't say anything more about this, I promise.
Yeah.
But if never will I mention this. I'm not an instigator, but if you ever take your shoes and socks off and you say, listen, we get a look at them, we'll determine.
You'll be the judge?
Yeah, we'll be the judge of that.
Oh, boy.
7-4 Kipp. Another return without any attack whatsoever there for Kipp Legacy, but a misplay by Providence, and it's back to a 4-point lead.
I can see your team giving her some love there. Sometimes all you got to do is stick an arm out and hope it works.
Yeah. Side out once again for Kipp. Miana Rollins on the serve. See if they can force this to a 4th set. Looking for their first win. They've lost the 2 matches they have played so far this year. And a misplay. The overpass And I don't care what level you're at, the overpass inevitably is going to cost you a point.
Almost always.
Yeah, certainly does. Side out. Camila Torres. By the way, you're not back tomorrow night, right?
No.
Okay.
I am not. I believe you're with Keith. Are you with Keith?
That's unfortunate. Yes, there is a service error. That's 12 now for Providence,
12.
Cristo Ray. Yeah.
And again, with serving, sometimes, again, it's that consistency aspect. There's so many factors that go into your serve. Your toss, your footwork, your hand contact, your hand positioning. Like, there's so much encompassed in just a serve that it can take a ton of time to get it to a consistent serve.
Yeah. Well, it takes practice. I mean, bottom line, you don't
Absolutely.
acquire that overnight. Like we talked about
Absolutely.
earlier, if you're going to be a bunter,
Yes.
or anything sport you do, you got to work at it.
Absolutely, and you can see some of these players do have a good serve, and then maybe their hand contact gets a little bit wonky, and that's when they go sideways to the court or into the net, and that's just something that they're going to have to develop and work at over time to develop that consistent hand contact.
So back to a 4-point lead. Providence trying to wrap it up in 3. Another free ball now for Providence. See if they can take advantage of it. And they went to the middle and got it. It wasn't quite the campfire, but it was close.
Pretty close. I think that was Zelaya Jackson-Thomas, if I'm not mistaken.
So back to a 3-point lead. This is about the time again where you have seen Providence start to go on a 6-7 point run and then have kind of held off Kipp, except for that second set where Kipp really didn't get back into it. And that one is hit near probably Tennessee. That was hit pretty deep on that one.
Good catch by the line judge.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Indiana Labor's District Council, the 12,000 Hoosier men and women with Labor's District Council and affiliated local unions that build Indiana. We are LIUNA. And now here come the Wolves now, only down by 2 at this point, only down by 1.
Good job by them. I'm impressed with their middles. They're doing a great job of realizing when that overpass is coming and when to go back and be aggressive with it versus being able to pull off and reset the play.
Tomorrow night we have, I believe, Mooresville Christian and Horizon Christian. And I think that's not till a 7:30 start time tomorrow.
7:30, okay.
Yeah, so we'll be on the air probably around 7:20.
Have to tune in and see what secret to expose of Keith.
Yeah, we'll do a Secrets with Keith segment.
I'm sure he'll love me for that.
I'm pretty sure there are no secrets about him now. I think he's given away everything he's had.
Oh, has he?
It probably happened when he was coaching and refereeing, would be my guess. Overpass cost him again, and we've seen that time and time again. And my question to you then is, why is the overpass happening so much when you know that you got to set it, and so why not receive it and try to get it to one of your setters and go from there?
Yeah, it kind of starts with, I think, being able to maintain your composure when a ball is coming to you. And I think sometimes when you have newer players and youthful players, when it comes to you, you can get so excited and it can just be a quick movement or a quick reaction rather than maintaining a calm composure to get your setter a good pass. You can see a lot of these passes going tight to the net, which then creates a lot of difficulty for the setter to get up and make a good play on.
12-11 your score. Good volley here in this one. Kipp trying to hang on. A little misjump there by Yelton.
I like it, though. I like them trying to run their middle. That's what you want to see.
Confusion here in who's going to be serving. But back to a 2-point lead. Free ball here for Kipp. They are in a giving mood. They give it right back. It's not quite the holiday season yet, though, is it? I mean, I'd just like you to maybe keep it maybe 2 more passes. What do you think?
I agree. I think it's definitely something to strive for. It's a lot easier said than done, I will say. As somebody who has coached at a level similar to this, it can be very difficult.
13-12. The overpass once again, and they got him one more time.
There it is again.
So we're tied at 13, and you would think, though, Hannah, that Kipp's like, hey, listen, we got a 4-point lead just moments ago. If we can extend this lead,
Yes, for sure.
well, they might have blown their opportunity right there. Able to make the return. Providence had to make the return, and the shot wide. Yelton was actually playing in the middle there, right at the attack line. Did a good job just getting it back.
Yes, for sure. That's what you want to see.
Here is Litzy Molina. Now Providence has a 1-point lead. Let's see if they'll go on a run here. That's not going to do it. That's 13 service errors tonight for Providence Cristo Rey.
Service errors, almost half a set. It is half a set.
This will be the senior Harris serving now. Tied at 14. Providence back to the middle. That one just off the top of the net by Yelton. And I'll tell you what, that was, again, a situation where you talked about it earlier. Use your footwork, get up there. Don't think that ball's coming to you. Go get it.
Absolutely. And typically in that scenario, you can see it right here again. That front row player did the right thing in opening up. She just did it maybe a little bit too late, causing that back row defender to second guess whether or not the girl in front of her was going to take the ball.
14 service errors. Side out once again for Kipp Legacy. Garrett on the serve. Back set. We haven't seen the back set very much tonight, and that'll be wide on the return. In fact, that might be the first back set we have seen by Providence.
I think so. Good set, too. Very nice job. She got her feet there, got her hands there, dished it out really nicely.
We've got another change here for Providence Cristo Rey. This will be Carla Ramirez Bastida. Bastida has not played a whole lot tonight. And that'll be service error number 15.
Yeah, there comes a point where sometimes your service errors might be dictating the match a little bit.
I think I've shared this with you before, though. Last year at the beginning of the boys basketball season, we had a game where the winning team turned the ball over 35 times.
That's insane.
So you just never know.
You never know. And statistically, you'd probably look at that and go, they're probably not doing too well, and they're up 2-0.
They're up 2-0 and tied in the third set. So side out once again for Kipp Legacy. Now here's where, again, that we probably, and I don't know how you misplayed that one, but they did, but that's where you go, man, I just want you to receive and let's do something with it offensively.
For sure. It can be difficult in those situations when a free ball's coming right over your head and you just misplay it. It's very difficult.
I think I'm like you with Providence from that side, not expecting that ball to come right back the way it has, and they have done it several times. Cooper on the serve. One thing that Kipp has done pretty well tonight, and that's in the serving department. They've only had 3 service errors. So
that is good. That's a very good thing to see from a young team.
Side out. This will be Torres. Tied at 17. Many of the home fans here on senior night waiting for Providence Cristo Rey to take off here and seal this one up in 3. We do have a change here now for Kipp, as they did not get their libero in right when they're supposed to, right?
Well, it looks like that might be their libero.
But it's such a light shirt, it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
Side out, Providence leads at 18-17. Want to remind you tonight's game brought to you in part by Family Source Insurance. Pat Cherry is your independent agent representing Ohio Mutual Insurance. Call him for coverage at 317-894-7000. Providence on the attack once again. Kipp, no attack there, so Providence back once again. The set was behind, and it cost them.
Settle down for Providence. I mean, you have a 2-0 lead. I think they're getting to feel that pressure a little bit of, oh, we're close to potentially winning a match, and it can be difficult to maintain your composure in those situations.
By the way, Kipp leading at 19-17. We have a player go out on the sideline, and it looks like she may have a blister on her foot, but she is bleeding, I think. At least
Possibly.
the way she's holding it there.
Hope she's all right.
The young lady next to her is like, get away from me. So nothing to do with that.
Well, the team looks like they're in good spirits, so I would assume it's nothing too serious.
Hey, by the way, you can help us get more athletes on TV. And by doing that, you can log on to IndianaSRN.org. Direct your donation to a specific school. Hit the donate button. More games, more opportunities for our student athletes. Indiana SRN, where you always have a front row seat. And we always talk about Aspen Creek Grill. We're still waiting for Hannah to take us there.
Hey, Chuck's the one who's got the coupons.
Well, you know, he didn't have them tonight, do you? Did you use them already? Not yet? Never use. Well, Chuck can hand them over. Anyway, Aspen Creek Grill, delicious food, great service. If you're looking for amazing food, you said you were there the other day, though, right?
I think my boyfriend actually DoorDashed it, but it was still so good.
Oh,
so good.
Your boyfriend too cheap to take you there? What? I mean, what?
You can ask him. He's probably listening right now.
Okay, so are you too cheap to take your girlfriend to Aspen Creek Grill?
That's great. Probably going to get a text from him in a
I know
minute.
he needs to text us,
Let's
too.
see.
Take you out to a nice place, Aspen Creek Grill, where they genuinely care about serving you.
Their chicken is very good. I usually get it with the mushrooms and the onions on it with some mashed potatoes. It's very delicious.
Doesn't I don't DoorDash and all that stuff because I'm not young like all of you. We're used to either going out and eating it, which is what you
sitting down, right?
Yeah, and sitting down and talking and all. But doesn't it cost more to do DoorDash?
Probably, yeah.
But you're not paying for it, so you don't care. So I'm like,
it was a date night. I think we were watching volleyball, and we didn't want to leave to go pick it up.
so you do a date night by DoorDashing
and
watching volleyball. All right.
It's a great date night.
And what's your boyfriend's name again?
Nick.
Nick, you big cheapskate. Take your girlfriend out once in a while, will you? 2017. Boy, times have changed, haven't they? That's down the line and wide, and Kipp is now in the red zone, opened up a 4-point lead.
Good for Kipp. Coming back.
You know why this is happening? Because, well, yeah, I'm working, number one, and number two, we just found out what a cheapskate your boyfriend is. 21-17, a 4-point lead. Let's see what Providence, they cannot get it across, and all of a sudden they're down by 5.
Probably looking for a timeout here in a minute.
Yep, we got a timeout on the floor. Kipp leads it by 5.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Indiana SRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
All right, it's a 5-point lead for Kipp Legacy, trying to make it 2-1. It would be their first set one this year.
Wow.
So let's see how the timeout works here for Providence. Cristo Ray with that one high in the air and a little bit too high. And the overpass will make it a 4-point lead.
Way to go for Providence. Good use of their timeout there to reset it.
I'm feeling a 5-setter now.
Are you?
I think Kipp is going to come back and win 2 sets. Uh-oh, there's an ace. Okay, I'll change my mind. 22-19.
Good response. It'll be interesting to see how Kipp Legacy responds. They have this good little lead right here. I'll be interested to see how they respond to this pressure situation.
Jessica Martinez on the serve. And 2 straight points, and it's back to a 2-point lead. We are in the double red zone.
Double red zone. Well, and again, this is exactly the point in the match where you don't want to make errors. You don't want to see service errors. You don't want to see reception errors. You want to play clean volleyball.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Clean Slate. Find your future in the cloud. We're a technology consulting firm specializing in custom-built modern applications and products that deliver greater agility, faster speed innovation, and the resiliency to handle whatever the future throws your way. For more information, give them a call at 866-885-3249. Providence closing the gap to 1. And able to sneak it over the top of the net, and we're tied. Here they come.
Providence doing a really nice job maintaining their composure. I'm very impressed with their ability to stay calm and get the job done.
Tied at 22, and all of a sudden it's a 1-point lead. How about this? And thanks to Jessica Martinez.
No kidding. She is doing a great job back there, just putting in a nice ball and making sure that Kipp is the one making those errors.
Oh my, there is the 16th service error.
Very important serve right here. You know, you're, I believe it's 23-23. Very important serve right here, making sure that we're going to potentially see a score issue.
I was going to see the home scoreboard says 20. Yeah, there you go. They finally got it right. They had switched it. So we're tied at 23. And a rare service error tonight the other way. And we are at match point now for Providence. By the way, tonight's game brought to you in part by Wheeler Mission. For over 131 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community, providing help, hope, and healing to people in need. If you'd like to volunteer, give them a call at 317-686-6239. They can win it right here. Side out, Kipp Legacy. 17 service errors.
Wow.
We got some free volleyball, as they say.
Yes. Extra volleyball. Win by 2.
This one right down the middle here for Kipp. Let's see how they play it. The gym got really too quiet for me, I'll tell you that. Providence back on the attack. I think you're going to do what you said earlier. Let Kipp Legacy make the mistakes. And I think that's the strategy now, right?
Yes, and that's always a strategy, no matter who you are playing, is making sure you're letting and creating opportunities for your opposing team to make the mistakes.
Couple of changes now for Providence. Cristo Ray, one of those will be number 25, Eridani Arana. And side out now for Litzy Molina.
I think this is the first time we've seen her, potentially.
Yeah, I think you're right. Arana has not been in the lineup that we have seen so far tonight. Good serve. The overpass, and did she let it fall behind her? She did, and the point will go to Kipp Legacy. Tied at 25. What's the longest match you've ever seen?
Seen?
That is point-wise or played
32-30, I believe.
32-30. Return wide, and it's going to be saved. Great play. The return once again. Can the team that gets this point be in the driver's seat? And nice play back to the middle.
And at this point, adrenaline is running so high. When that ball is volleying back and forth, both teams are holding their breath, just hoping for it to fall on the other team. Good job by Providence staying in the point.
Mary Singh is serving. She's actually served well tonight. Got a free ball now. Got to make the return, and they will. We are at match point here for Providence. If they can get the point here, they're going to win it. The return deep, and it's long.
Just missed that back corner.
I feel 40s in this one, don't you?
Do you feel it?
Yeah, I feel 40s.
Actually, I have seen a 40 match.
Wow.
I've seen it.
That's got to be crazy.
It is. I haven't been to it or watched it, but I saw that it was posted on social media.
Misplay, Providence. Now set point will go to Kipp Legacy. 17 service errors tonight for Providence Cristo Rey. That has been probably their Achilles heel in this entire match, and nothing but silence coming over the gym. Hey, how about that one? And then they can't make the return, and Kipp Legacy wins the set 28-26. We will play a fourth set coming up on IndianaSRN.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, it's not a game.
Insulting referees, it's not a game.
Threatening officials, it's not a game.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes, it's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline, it's not a game.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot, it's not a game.
At first, me and my mom were struggling. I was trying to pay the bills and trying to take care of my mom at the same time. When I first heard that I can get paid for taking care of my mom, I was kind of skeptical because I had been doing it for so many years without pay. That's when I reached out to Passion to Care. I read all the reviews and I saw that they were #1 in the field. Passion to Care has really, really changed my life. Right now, I take care of my mom 24/7 thanks to Passion to Care.
You want a piece of equipment you can trust, one that's easy to use. No matter the size of the job, you want to create a feeling worthwhile, something you can use for every job. For over 60 years, Reynolds has been a community staple, ensuring our customers powerful implements, top quality care and service. You need something that's in it for the long haul. Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer, today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
Looking to elevate your brand? Choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for all your print, signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services. Serving Indianapolis for over 50 years. Dynamark, where strong relationships are built through exceptional service.
We have not had a fourth set in quite a while. I have been known to be 5-set Troy. And that had gone away this year because I think most of mine have been 3-setters, but Providence unable to pull out the win in a close third set to give Kipp Legacy. They were forcing the ball back to Providence, letting them make the mistakes.
Yes, good job by Kipp. Way to hang in there. Way to just find it within themselves to fight back and not give up.
Yeah, no doubt about it. All right, now, we know the old saying here, if you're Providence, you don't want this to go to another set and go to a fifth set because anything can happen. As they say, it's like overtime. Anything can happen. So you don't want to give Kipp Legacy any breathing room whatsoever here. But Kipp will serve, trying to get a road win here tonight. See how Providence responds. That's always a key for me, is how a team responds after potentially letting one get away.
For sure.
And how well you respond. And, again, they're still a young team, but now you got a player step up for you.
Absolutely. You got to step up to the plate.
Kipp, I think the 28 is the most they have scored this year. They've only, again, had a couple of matches under their belt. But they had lost to Providence earlier in the year in a tournament.
Good save.
Boy, and they really did a nice job getting to the loose ball, and Jessica Martinez can't make the play there. And you right now kind of feel like Kipp Legacy has all that momentum going their way.
I agree. Definitely agree.
Side out once again for Kipp Legacy. They're up 2 here in the fourth set. Providence able to get the return, but I think that's going to be a net violation on Yelton. She had stepped across the line and into the net.
Can't do that when you're attacking. It's an interference and could potentially cause injury to Kipp Legacy if they had been up at the net.
So an early 3-0 lead now for Kipp Legacy. You know, Providence, they won that second set 25-12. And though we went back and forth in that third set, as that's a nice play there by Kipp to get the point.
Yeah, great hustle, just staying in the play.
Providence just didn't have that killer mentality in that third set, did they? Not at all. It just seemed like they were never quite on.
I agree.
Now they're down 4-0. Able to get that ball across and another return. Well, one thing about it, again, I think for Kipp, we're going to go back to what we said a little bit ago. Now when they're making the return, their probably mindset is, we'll just let them continue to shoot themselves in the foot. So there's not a whole lot of strategy to that, but it's working.
Absolutely, and if it's working for you, just keep doing it.
Yep. Side out Kipp, 5-0 lead. Another overpass. So you add the mistakes that they have made for Providence, and then you add the 17 service errors, and you can kind of see why they've lost a little bit of their momentum here. We've got a timeout. Kipp leads it 6-0.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
We never really realize how much we depend on electricity until the power goes out. Get those lights back on when you choose the certified electricians at Bertner Electric Incorporated. Locally owned and operated, we are a member of the Better Business Bureau and provide only the highest quality of customer service. For more information, give us a call today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Well, following the timeout, Kipp opening up a 6-0 lead. This is their biggest lead to begin a set that they've had all night long.
Great start for Kipp.
They have had only 4 service errors tonight, speaking of Kipp Legacy. I think this is right now a very good strategy except for the miss hit there for Kipp Legacy. Just to give it back to them and see what they can do with it. I think it's going to keep you in the set longer.
Yeah.
Because you really aren't attacking much, right? That hasn't been one of the things they've done tonight. So.
And it is. It's a game of let's let the other team make the errors.
Yeah. And this has been the Achilles heel. Back on the air tomorrow night. It's a 7:30 start time. Mooresville Christian and Horizon Christian. We are at the scorers table with the floor official, apparently looking at the rotation here to see if it is correct. That is one of the emptier stages we've seen. By the way, we used to broadcast from up there.
Oh, really?
Some basketball games there. Not an easy
Very
thing
fun
to do. We are awaiting the serve, and here we go.
Good serve.
And you get an ace out of it. You know, the one thing about Providence, too, they look a little more serious now than they were earlier. Because not that they were goofing around or anything, but I think they felt when they won that second set 25-12, they would ease through set 3. And you don't see as many smiles this time.
I would agree. They look very composed right now. They're very focused on the match in front of them and the job that needs to get done. I'd love to see them continue to go on this service run, see what they can make happen.
Sign out once again as Litzy Molina. Now down by 3. It's a 3-0 run now put together by Providence Cristo Ray. And make it 4. Another ace. I think you'd probably, if you had somebody that was just one heck of a server, you could really dominate a match like this.
Yes, and typically when you do have that really good server, you want to start them in rotation 1. So you want them to be your first server that is up against your opponent. Good strategy to do when you do have a server like that.
So 4 in a row. Make it 5 in a row. Here they come.
Not going away.
Now you're just hoping, if you're the head coach, Coach Condon there for Providence Cristo Ray, that she's going to run off 10 or 12.
Yes,
because that'd be
that's
really
the
nice.
hope.
Yeah. Molina serving once again. And the misplay on the sideline, and all of a sudden we are tied at 6 apiece.
And she's got a good serve. She's taking her time back there. You can see her doing the same motions and the same routine each time. And that's really, really good. She's getting herself in the zone, making sure she's doing her technique to get herself in a position to succeed for her serve.
Well, they're going to say that is in, and so they're going to say 8-6. I thought a minute ago it was 6-6 because they had run off 6 in a row. But yeah, so it said 7-6, and now we'll make it 8-6. So we're talking about an 8 in a row. Kipp Legacy trying to stop it, and they will not. It'll be 9 in a row. By the way, take away that service error, so we're still at 17. But right now it is the Litzy Molina show.
Yeah, she's doing a great job back there. Again, you can see her bounce the ball 3-4 times, and she just gets herself ready for that serve. Great job. Getting that a service routine is so, so important to a successful serve.
Kipp Legacy making the return. Let's see now how Providence will respond to this. That could have been close to being out. One thing that Kipp Legacy's been able to do is make some of those errant passes go across, even though it doesn't look like it's going to, and that's going to be wide. So it stops a 9-0 run by Providence.
Good job by Providence. Also, credit Kipp for being able to break that service run. Once a server has gone on a big run like that, it can be very hard to break it and get back into the game.
And a rare service error the other way, number 5 now for Kipp Legacy. And we'll go side out, and it will be Mary Singh. Lead now at 3. And an errant pass nearly hitting the head official up top. Now 11. So now let's go back. It's been an 11-1 run since that 6-0 start by Kipp
Yes,
Legacy.
Great job by Providence being able to kind of dial in, focus in, and just and go to work and do what they need to do.
You know, they might be taking a little bit of the same approach. You know what? We'll just give it back to you and let you make the mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that one barely creeping over the net, and on the return, it is wide.
And when you do get in that back and forth of just let's let the other team make the mistakes the way this is playing out, it can become quite an interesting match.
Misplay at the net there by Kaylee Yelton. I thought maybe on the overpass she was going to go up and spike that good, but she didn't. She kind of let it fall right in front of her. So 12-8 your score, and that'll be wide. How about that? 2 in a row. They only had 4 in the first 3 sets, and now they have 2 in this set.
Not what you want to see in a make-or-break 4th set.
Coming into the lineup now will be Zelaya Jackson-Thomas. He is a sophomore. They give him a little more size on that front row. Side out, 13-8 Providence here in the 4th set.
This is a freshman serving, I believe.
Oh, and that would have been out. If she lets it go on the receive, that would have been out.
Exactly, and that's exactly why I always say I'd rather you miss over the net than into the net.
Exactly.
That exact reason.
Better serve this time, but the overpass, Providence setting it to the outside. Another return. Free ball here for Providence. And that's going to be wide. Good job on talking on that one, the good communication.
Yes, and that's where communication can be so crucial. In a play like that, you have the momentum on your side. You let that play fall in, you lose all that momentum. Great job and great teamwork to call out that ball being out.
So now Kipp leading at 15-8. Providence gets it back. Let's see, they will return. Not a great set. I think she was going to try to back set that one, but went short.
Mm-hmm. And those are hard when your body's facing one way and you want to try to go a different way with the ball. It can be very difficult to execute.
This is now a 16-2 run. Now make it a 17-2 run.
Great response by Providence. I was curious to see how they would respond losing that 4th set very tight, but they have responded very well. Credit their coach for getting them back in the zone and back to work.
So now the lead at 9, and an ace will make it 10. Nice serve there by Morales-Perez, and we've got a timeout on the floor. Providence leads it by 10.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
We're back, and that'll be a service error. So that's 18 tonight for Providence Cristo Ray after the timeout.
18. It's a lot of service errors.
As we used to say when I was coaching, we're going to clean that up.
Yes, you can. I bet you Providence will work on serving in their next practice.
Yes, a lot. Caden Cooper serving, only a sophomore, but now they are in a deep hole here as Providence only 2 away from getting into the red zone. The misplay on the front row there by Camelia Torres, and now it's down to 8. The traveling crowd vocal here at Providence. And that'll be the 3rd service error of this set. That is the 7th overall. They're about to double their service errors from the first 3 sets.
Wow. Not something you want to see in that 4th set.
No, not at all. Side out. Camelia Torres, who we just saw in the front row moments ago, serving now for Providence.
Not what you want to see.
19.
That's
now, when's the last time you
lot.
saw 20 service errors and they might win?
I don't know if I've ever seen that.
I don't think I have either. Providence back on the attack. No movement there at all. And
There
what
it
was
is.
funny about that in a weird way, that Kipp had 3 players in front, 3 players behind, and nobody moved. That doesn't happen very often either.
No.
I don't think I've ever seen just 3 and 3 either. Have you? It doesn't
No,
happen very
I have-
often.
Not very often.
Now we're in the red zone.
That's a good one.
9-point lead, Providence making the return. I still think now the strategy is what we said earlier, is that's misplayed. I'm just going to give it back, and if you beat me somehow, fine, but I'm going to see if you can make more mistakes. I mean,
Yes.
I know we're beating a dead horse here, but I can't think what other strategy there would be.
No, I would say right now it's very much we're going to let the other team make the errors.
Yeah. Jessica Martinez serving. And how about that? A good play at the net by Jackson Thomas.
Love it. And I love the celebration. Good awareness of her just tapping it right back down.
Lead at 11. After losing the third set, 28-26, Providence, a little more businesslike.
Yes, which is what you want to see. Credit Coach Condon.
Good movement to the ball that time by Providence. Free ball again for Providence. Let's see if they will get a point off of this one. 2 straight free balls now and a misplay on the outside. And the point will go to Kipp Legacy, down by 10, 4th set.
Got to have this serve. It's a crucial moment.
Yeah, they need a run like what they had in the third set.
I agree.
That was a moonshot. That was close to the ceiling on that one. And a misplay. The rotation there in the middle wasn't there, and Kipp Legacy gets the point.
Yeah, and that's hard if you're Providence. It can be hard when a ball is coming over your head and you're not sure whether or not to be aggressive on it or let your back row take it.
So now down to 9. Overpass to the net. And Providence unable to make a play again. And this is the inconsistency, as we talked about earlier, that a coach will drive you nuts.
Yes.
You just want to not make those kind of mistakes.
Yes, and especially when you're 3 away from taking the match, you want to play clean volleyball and you want to finish strong.
Side out once again for Kipp Legacy. And another mistake by Providence, and here they come one more time, down by 7.
Good job just keeping your serves in, making sure that you're creating pressure.
Lead at 7. Boy, that one just gets over the net. And the return, nice job as we volley back and forth. Back set and a misplay and the point to Kipp. I was watching the line judge down on the floor and he had his flag on his head.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he did. I'm like, was he going to call it from there? He's probably thinking to myself, when is this going to be over with? I got homework to do. 22-16 your score. On the return. Well, that one just got over the net, and the missed jump that time by Jackson Thomas. And Providence needs to talk about it. They only lead it by 5.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Bertner Electric Incorporated is fully licensed and bonded electrical contractor for your protection. Our electricians are available 24/7 for service calls and specialize in electrical service and storm damage repair. For more information, give us a call today.
Get a gator that will get you where you need to go. Back once again here at Providence Cristo Ray. 22-17 your score. Boy, how about that one?
Wow.
Another moonshot.
Yeah.
Now, can I hit it off the ceiling? And
No, unfortunately, that would be a team for the other team.
that's not fair.
Be a good strategy, though.
If I have the skill to do that,
Yeah,
why am I being penalized?
Rocket it off the ceiling.
Yeah. Lead down to 4. I think the strategy there is I'm going to hit it as high as I can, and they make their return. How many out-of-system plays have you seen tonight?
A lot. Quite a few.
Oh, that one hit short. Costly error. 23-18. It looked like Kipp was just going to run this thing off.
A lot of runs. You know, haven't seen a whole lot of back and forth. You've seen a lot of runs and from both teams, so it'll be interesting to see how these next few points play out.
Well, you're 2 away from getting the win. That's the key.
Yes.
So you're hoping maybe, again, just to force Kipp Legacy into a couple of mistakes. You really don't have to go on too much of an offensive run here. Point will go to Kipp Legacy.
Crucial serve.
Side out -4. Providence on the return. Let's see if Kipp Legacy can do something here. They were trying to set that, I believe, at the net, but nobody was there to receive it, and we're now at match point. We're going to see Arana come in, as well as, looks like number 18, Litzy Molina.
And she is the one who went on that really big run.
Yep.
So this is exactly who you want at your service line if you're Providence.
I think it was a 9-0 run at that stage. Chance to win it right here. And a good serve, and it's over. Well, it was Litzy Molina, really the star in the 4th set. You see her right there.
Yeah, great serve by her. Credit her for that 4th set. She went on a huge run that, early in the set, finished it off right there.
Hannah, good to see you again. We will not see you tomorrow night, but I guess we will see you sometime soon.
Yes.
I don't know if we even have a game the rest of the week after tomorrow.
I don't think so.
So enjoy, and don't forget to tell your boyfriend to take you out to dinner, not eat in for dinner.
Yes.
And don't watch volleyball. I want to remind you that tonight's match has been brought to you in part by Reynolds Farm Equipment, Passion to Care, Boilermaker Local 374, Wheeler Mission, Bertner Electric, the Morales Group, McGinley Wrights Financial, Indiana Labor's District Council, and the IndianaSRN Sports Page. Providence Cristo Ray wins it tonight, 3-1. We're back tomorrow night, 7:30 start time. Mooresville Christian, Horizon Christian, all the action right here on IndianaSRN.